Welcome to Conestoga Connected. Student Spotlight heads to Conestoga and checks out the radio broadcasting program where their host Kaylin tries her hand at creating a song intro. Then in Latte Layers, Nevada and her crew head to downtown Kitchener to find out what 20 years of making coffee truly looks like. Finally, in Brews and Tunes, my crew and I get a classic taste of old music while the singing folks with string strokes bring that taste to life. All of this and more on Conestoga Connected. Hello and welcome to Conestoga Connected. I'm your host, Logan McNeil.
And I'm Adrielle Stein. Stay tuned to see what interesting stories have for you today.
Let's dive into it.
So Logan, with this voice of yours, have you ever thought about doing radio? I think we'll be good on that.
You think so? Well, I've definitely thought about it. It's piqued my interest.
So stay interested, as this week Kaylin Williams from Student Spotlight will show us more about the radio broadcasting program.
Let's see who's got the spotlight today.
Hello, I'm here today at the Dune campus, where we'll be meeting with 2 students and a staff member in the broadcast radio program. We'll get an overview and a profile behind this program. Let's see what the creative industries has in the spotlight for us today. We first got an overview from Paul Harriet. He works closely within the program as CJIQ's radio station technician.
Yeah, the radio broadcast program at Conestoga College is a 2-year program, and during that 2 years, you focus on many different areas, whether it's being on the air, you want to announce songs, being in production, doing commercials and stuff, which was my main interest in it, writing commercials, things like that. And so, in the second year of the program, you actually get to be on the air, an actual on-the-air FM station here in Kitchener-Waterloo, so it's pretty cool.
Now, handing the mic over to some passionate students who share with us what influenced them to take this program.
A few years ago, I found out I have this really good voice, and I just wasn't really sure how I could use it because I'd done business pitches in a couple different countries at this point, and I was known for my very extravagant pitching style, and I never really thought that I could go anywhere with this voice until I found the radio and broadcasting, and then it hit me, right? The stars aligned, and I was like, that's what I'll do. I can use my voice on air to energize people all over the world, and ever since then, I fell in love with that idea.
What drew me in was really just everything that is offered. Well, the biggest benefits is obviously this stuff. This is what actual proper industry uses. So coming out of this, we have 2 years that we can say we've been on air, so we already have that step up. We get work study opportunities to actually work CJIQ. So I was one of those kids, so that goes on the resume. We get creative writing, we know how this works, we know behind the scenes, tech-wise how this works. We know how to talk, we know how to edit. There's just so much that we can actually do.
For this week's Can Kaylin challenge, can Kaylin do a song intro?
I don't know, can she?
And then I do the intention.
And then you backsell the song that's currently playing.
What is the back sell? So can Kaylin do a song intro? No, she cannot. Thank you so much for joining us today on the Student Spotlight. We learned all about the radio broadcasting program, and we learned there's something Kaylin can't do. Until next time, I'm your host, Kaylin Williams.
It's easy to take stock shelves and doorstep deliveries for granted.
Yes, behind every delivery is a truck driver logging long hours and handling tough roads.
In the next segment, we meet these dedicated drivers and see the challenges they face to keep things moving.
Hello everyone, welcome to Unseen Efforts, where we bring attention to the hardworking individuals. In this episode, we are focusing on truck drivers, people who are behind the success of this country, whether it's fresh fruit or essential supplies. They are the one making sure everything gets where it's needed to be. So let's dive into their daily grind. Before we dive into the daily grind and challenges of life on the road, let's meet Mr. Harminder, a truck driver who spent 17 years navigating highways and hauling goods across countless miles.
I started this as a new career to make a decent living, but then once I started doing it, started loving it, it gives you responsibility, it gives you the feeling of you own something, and it also helps the industry. All the people, you get the food on your table, Walmart, grocery stores, everything comes from the trucks.
Listening to Mr. Harminder, you can feel the dedication that goes beyond the miles traveled. For him, it's not just about getting from point A to B, it's the responsibility he feels with each load, the pride in every successful delivery.
And beside that, you have to be there at safely. It's not like sometimes you have a different kind of load, it has to be driven in a certain way. So I think all these challenges, plus the major thing is you stay away from the family for 3, 4, sometimes 5 days.
Behind every truck on the road is Geeta, managing the finances that keep this operation moving.
Nowadays the competition is more in this industry, so most of the competitions, so it's very hard to get the loads. That's even if we are getting the loads, we are getting the very low rate, and sometimes we don't have the loads, and the drivers need to be stay over there, so we have to pay the drivers, the driver expenses. And the second thing is the fuel cost is more high.
Inside the truck's cabin, we find the essentials: a compact sleeping space, some storage, and just enough for brief comfort on long stretches. These small conveniences offer relief, but life on the road remains tough, demanding resilience and strength mile after mile. So that's all for today, guys. See you until next time. Bye.
Hey Logan, have you ever played cricket before?
I can't say I have.
It's really fun and can help make your friendship even deeper, as Casey proves in this week's episode of Quizzing Companions.
Let's check it out.
Welcome to Quizzing Companions. Today we're heading to the cricket field at Conestoga College to meet Uday and Sarjit Singh, two close friends, to see how cricket has affected their friendship. We're hitting them with a nice quiz, so let's get this ball rolling.
Right off the bat, let's meet our two guests, Sarjit and Uday. These two cricket players met a few months ago when they became roommates. They aren't just great cricket players, but also great friends. Originating from England possibly as early as the 13th century, cricket is now played all over the world, being especially popular in Australia, India, Pakistan, the West Indies, and the British Isles. But without further ado, let's get on to the interview. What is your friend's favorite shot?
His favorite shot is cover drive.
His favorite shot is flick shot.
Who is your friend's favorite cricket player?
Favorite player name is Virat Kohli, who is perfect in cover drive.
His favorite cricket player is Rohit Sharma. He always follows his techniques and discipline and always hit like him.
How does your friend celebrate after taking wicket or hitting 6?
Yeah, I know. He usually do fist pump and give high five to all the players when he taking wickets.
He just raises his bat towards the team and smiles at the team.
If your friend could ban one cricket rule, what would it be?
Yeah, it's LBW because he thinks it's too complicated to explain.
Absolutely power play. He doesn't like it because he wants to hit without any restrictions.
Let's see the results.
What is Uday's favorite shot?
Maybe it's flick shot.
No, bro, it's pull shot. You don't even know me from since 4 months.
I was just a little bit confused between pull shot and flick shot.
Okay.
Okay. Who is Sarjit's favorite player?
It's Virat Kohli or maybe MS Dhoni.
Choose one.
It's Virat Kohli.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay. And how Sarjit celebrate after taking wicket?
Yeah, I know. He usually do fist pump when he taking wicket after a Yorker ball.
Yeah, that's correct. That's correct.
Okay. And for both of you, if there was one rule you could ban from cricket, what would it be?
Power play.
And LBW.
Because these both rules are very confusing and these rules can change the game, which makes the game less enjoyable.
While they both played a great game, it seems Uday was playing to win. Thus he's the winner of today's episode of Quizzing Companions.
Well, that was quite the ball. Join us next time for more quizzes and friends. Until then, keep enjoying the game. I'm Casey Butler, and this has been Quizzing Companions.
Nothing beats the perfect cup of coffee, right?
This coffee shop makes it an experience to remember. Let's meet the owners of Matter of Taste.
Sounds great.
Welcome back to Latte Layers, your go-to show for the best cafes and bakeries in town. Today, it's an exciting episode for us because we're here at one of the staples of Kitchener's coffee culture, Matter of Taste. So let's head inside and dive into what makes this cafe truly special.
Matter of Taste has been a hub for coffee lovers since 2004, when it transformed from an empty storefront into the buzzing cafe it is today. With its missions to provide high-quality specialty coffee from around the world, they've built a loyal following of regulars and newcomers alike. Now let's meet the heart and soul behind Matter of Taste, Mr. Pong Tan and his wife Dawn.
It's naturally for me to think about something to do, and two things came up, ice cream shops or coffee shops. So we picked the coffee shops.
Matter of Taste is about guidance, exploration and knowledge. It aims to be known as the place that truly understands coffee rather than the place claiming to make the best coffee.
It can be complicated because there is a lot of definitions, like I'll say, everybody has their own version of it. But when you strip away all the fancy stuff, it really comes down to really one or two core drink of it. So yeah, so for us, as long as people love the scene, as long as they love the coffee and they're enjoying it, I think that gives us the energy to continue with what we do.
From their humble beginnings to launching a coffee roasting business, Matter of Taste has continuously grown, bringing their love for quality coffee to life in everything they do. Mr. Pong further explains that it's challenging to get heat to penetrate the center of a thicker coffee bean, making it harder to achieve a precise roast. Without careful control, the rolls can end up uneven. In a sense, the thicker the bean, the more difficult it is to work with.
I'm to the point where I'm not too particular about what coffee I drink, but I do know whether it tastes good or bad in my taste bud. But one of the biggest things is I can just tell whether it was roasted good or the barista did a good job of it.
Over the years, Mr. Pong has developed a finely tuned palate. The cafe reflects his expertise in quality coffee.
Thank you for joining us on Latte Layers. We'll see you next time for more caffeine-fueled adventures. Until next time, keep sipping, keep savoring, and keep exploring the most unique cafes our community has to offer. Cheers. Bye.
Next, my team and I head to Counterpoint Brewing in downtown Kitchener to try out the best brews and jam out to the folk tunes.
I heard that beer talk packs a punch.
So much that Mike Tyson would have a fun time countering it.
You could say it's never a last resort.
Welcome to downtown Kitchener. This is Counterpoint Brewing. I'm Logan McNeil. Let's see where the magic happens. Welcome to Counterpoint Brewing Co., Kitchener's craft beer destination. Specializing in premium handcrafted beers, Counterpoint uses only the finest ingredients to bring fresh, unique brews to the community. Over the past 5 years, Counterpoint Brewing Co. has turned their passion for craft beer into a community-driven mission. Now, let's talk with the owner and get some insight on how this all started. Why did you start Counterpoint Brewing?
I started Counterpoint because I love beer. I love the process of making it, the history, and also just the fact that what it does, it really brings people together, and also just the variety of beers. It doesn't get old.
Why live music?
So live music is, it's also something that really brings people together, and it really engages people and elevates our tap room. Our tap room is, I think it's really lovely. It's a nice space to hang out in, but when you add something like live music, there's just a whole new layer to the experience.
Dedicated to sustainability and quality, their mission is to brew for the future, offering an inviting space where everyone can enjoy a delicious craft beer. This is the Papa Roach beer. I'm going to be trying and giving it a rating. Ooh, that's really good. I'm going to give it a 4.5. It's got a really nice smoky taste, and it's really got a sweetness to it, and I really enjoy it. Now that we've taken a deep dive into the brewery, let's jump into what it really means to make local folk tunes. Eye the Mountain is a 4-piece indie folk band from Kitchener, Ontario, known for their uplifting harmonies and interactive performances. Founded by Matt Lamers and Matt Rappold, the band grew to include Alison Dejash and Roy McLean, rounding out their rich sound. They've shared stages with acts like the Strumbellas and the Born Ruffians. Now let's talk to Matthew, the founding member of Eye the Mountain. What is the name of your band?
It is Eye the Mountain.
Eye the Mountain. How'd you come up with that?
It came to me in a dream. actually.
I believe that, because I've had stuff like that happen.
Yeah.
So how'd you guys get together? Like, how'd you form?
So the drummer and I, we met in first year university at Trent University. We didn't want to do a summer job, so we were just like, let's make money on the street, and like played outside of clubs, things like that. Eventually people started to notice us and get some interest. We recorded a couple EPs actually in Kitchener way back then.
Counterpoint Brewing Co. invites you to be a part of this journey, celebrating craft beer and community one well-balanced pint at a time. For the best local music and beer around, Brews and Tunes are in town. Thanks for watching and cheers to the weekend. This is Conestoga Connected.
It seems you guys had a lot of fun there.
Oh, we sure did, and the beer was amazing. What's your favorite beer, Adriele?
I don't know. I think I can drink anything.
Honestly, mine would have to be Land Shark because it reminds me of the cottage. Anyway, that's all the time we have for this first half of the show.
See you next time. Now we will pass the mic to Israel and Logan for the second half. Bye-bye.
Bye.
That was a great first part of the show. Now welcome to the second half.
We have amazing stories for you today. I'm your host, Israel Herrero.
And I'm Logan Knowles. Isra, have you noticed any changes in our studio?
Oh yeah, I love it. And I think it's just like fresh air.
And now we can all remember to stay connected.
Coming up next on Conestoga Connected. Learn how paramedics are using new technology to help save lives. Grab your controller as we head to Conestoga Waterloo's campus and talk with some of our varsity eSports team. And get ready to go old school as Nick and Luca head down to the patch in downtown Guelph to see who can come out looking the best. All this up next on Conestoga Connected.
Well, I hope you're ready for our first story.
Man, I can't wait to see what Tech Talk has prepared for us today.
We will learn how technology has improved the work of our paramedics in the past years.
I love to see that. Let's go check it out.
Technology has a great impact on paramedic services, between our cardiac monitor all the way to our electronic patient care documentation to the mapping software that we use to find our way to each call. We've had the power load stretchers now for a few years, and it makes a huge difference when it comes to loading the patient in the back of the ambulance.
It all does the lifting for you, so it's smoother for the patient, but it's also more beneficial for the paramedics in preventing injury.
Whereas before we used to have to lift the whole stretcher and collapse the carriage and slide it into the back of the truck.
We do have our new radio systems, they are encrypted, so now that we have the ability to kind of keep it more private, keep it more in-house.
Radios have a control center both front and back of the ambulance to allow us to adjust channels very quickly and communicate either to dispatch or the hospital to deliver our patient care update. So one example we have, technology has made a big impact for us. It's in our patients that are experiencing a heart attack. Before we would call up the cardiologist and we would try to do a bypass to that hospital, and we'd have to describe what we saw on the monitor.
Now we actually have the ability to send that via Bluetooth, that picture of the heart, to the cardiologist. They can confirm that, yes, you guys are right, this is a heart attack. You know, bring them right up to the floor. We're going to get them into surgery right away.
Technology's made a huge impact with responding to calls. We have GPS systems in every ambulance. We can use that. It gives us turn-by-turn directions to get to the calls. And as a backup, just in case the GPS isn't working properly, we do have manual mapping software where that map is saved locally on the computer. So we're able to access it whether the network is working or not.
And we have our auto pulse device. It does CPR for you. So it not only goes up and down, it actually encompasses the whole chest. Back in the day, we would just, manually do CPR. Well, everybody knows, or if you've taken a CPR course, it's very physically demanding. It's exhausting to do CPR.
Technology has made a major impact and has allowed us to treat patients much more efficiently, handle our paperwork much more efficiently.
So those are just some examples of the technology that has come even within the last 9 years of me becoming a paramedic. So I'm really excited to see where the next 10, 15 years is going to take us.
Hey Logan, I really enjoy this new way to look at technology.
It's really neat. It would be interesting to see other ways to use technology, but Now it's time for sports. I wonder what athlete we're going to meet this week.
Well, Logan, talking about technology, Beyond the Game takes us to a different route on the Conestoga Hub, eSports.
Cool. Let's go check it out.
When you hear people talk about sports, usually they're talking about ones that involve some sort of physical activity. Well, today on Beyond the Game, we'll be taking a closer look into a more niche category of sports, that being eSports. This is the Conestoga College eSports Hub, located in Waterloo, Ontario, which is home to many of the school's eSports teams. These eSports teams focus on games such as Call of Duty, Valorant, and League of Legends. In addition to their own varsity team, they also have a wide variety of console platforms that Conestoga students are able to come sit down and enjoy. They also host lots of events, such as City Showdown that took place in September 2024 and featured 2 of Smash Bros. Melee's top players, as well as many other notable top players.
2 beats and then go in. Mix them up a little bit. Oh no! Downer. Oh!
Where the eSports Hub really shines, though, is their varsity and academy teams, who are no slouch when it comes to representing their team well. This is where you'll find Vidhu Krishnan, who plays for the Conestoga League of Legends Academy team.
So I was seeking out people at first, so I managed to get a conversation with the coaches. So there was tryouts for the game, so I missed my first year tryouts, but then I reappeared for the second one. So I appeared for the tryouts and things went out really good. The amount of versatility and the variations and also different stuff that you can do in the game kind of piqued my interest, and I have never seen such a game before.
So my name is Brandon, also known as Corm. I play AD carry for the Conestoga Varsity League of Legends team. Vidhu, great spirit, great team player, communicator. He's always focused, working hard, and he's always looking to win, looking to improve.
I am confident in my game sense and the perspective of how I need to play or what are the situation I'm in and reading the situation. But what I need to improve on is how to apply it, how to be responsive.
He's come a long way like in a solo queue journey, but as a team player, I think for him, a big thing was coming from a solo queue environment into a team environment, and he's really adapted well.
While Vidhu's journey in esports is just getting started, his experience he has gained over his years of playing has pushed him further than he could have ever imagined, and proves that with hard work and dedication, anything is possible. And we hope to see Vidhu's journey only grow from here. I'm Landon Taylor, and make sure you keep watching Beyond the Game.
Hey, Isra, do you know of any high-end thrift shops that might have some vintage sweaters?
That's quite specific. Actually, our next segment is going to have exactly what you need.
Sweet, let's head on in.
I'm Luca.
And I'm Nicholas.
And today we're at The Patch in downtown Guelph.
And today's theme is old school.
And this is Thrifting Around. Let's head on in.
Today, Nick and I will each be using clothes from this store to make an outfit that matches this episode's theme. Based on that theme, a winner will be chosen and the loser must buy one item of their choice from the store. This episode's theme is old school, but before we begin, let's meet our judge.
Nicholas, I'm a full-time sales associate here at The Patch at both locations. I just started here about a month ago and really enjoying it. This store specifically, newer location, it's curated vintage stuff, which I'm particularly interested in. You know, I love fashion and the community does as well. And I think it's really great to have like a place where really good priced vintage clothing can be bought.
Next, we're interviewing Bella, another employee at The Patch.
Bella Murdoch, and so I'm a sales associate. So I work behind the counter. I style outfits here every week. Put things out on the floor. It kind of changes every week depending on kind of the vibes of what the weather's like. Sometimes, you know, we're looking, like you can see right now, we've got kind of like some sweaters going on. If there's an event like we had homecoming at Guelph, you know, we'll change outfits depending on that kind of thing.
Now that we both have our outfits made, let's get changed and see who gets crowned the winner of this episode.
Yeah, this outfit is great. classic, all black. I love the vest. The denim on denim is always good, and the little flash of red there. But this outfit is absolutely beautiful, and it's all quirkiness. The bejeweled flares, and with the matching cowboy hat and jacket with the baby blue vest is just something that is amazing, and I really kind of like it. So although they're both great, I do have to give the victory to Pastel Cowboy.
Yay. That was the patch. Unfortunately, I lost and Nick won.
And I ended up getting this really awesome sweater.
Yep, so make sure you check out the patch in downtown Guelph. Thank you for joining us. This was Thrifting Around.
See you next time.
Logan. Logan. Logan.
Ezra. Are you ready for our next segment?
I'm already scared.
Well, let's take a look at our next episode of Beyond the Grave. Welcome to the Glen Morris Trail, presumably haunted by the old German mill ruins located directly beside. A nice trail to take a bike ride or a walk. For others, a disturbing haunted experience. Are you ready for a scare? Let's dive in. This trail opened all the way back in 1994, connecting Paris, Ontario to Cambridge. And it's an 18-kilometer walk. If you take your time, you can stop and visit the German old mill ruins.
When researching about the German woolen old mill, we have come across many different stories believing that the area is haunted.
These old mills have a long and rich history, dating all the way back to the early 1800s when it was built. But that is not why we're here. We're here because we have heard rumors that not only the trail, but the ruins connected to it are haunted by ghosts.
I find this place quite relaxed. One evening when I was passing through, and when my friend saw me, he told me never to come back here. He told me that one worker found brutally killed.
From Flickr.com, user A Million Walks claims that a possible haunting is come from the unresolved murder in one of the bedrooms when the mill became an inn.
You know, I would actually like to visit the Glen Morris Trail at probably a better time of day and stay away from all the haunted activities from here. So with that said, remember to keep watching Beyond the Grave. That place still gives me the goosebumps.
You're committed to make me believe in ghosts, eh?
Well, you should come with us when we film our next episode.
I think I'm good. I've seen the behind the scenes on our Instagram page. I think everyone should check it out.
Well, that's all the time we have. We have to say goodbye.
I am Israel Herrero.
And I'm Logan Knowles. We'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.